I bought a Honda Cruiser for my first motorcycle, and over the years, I discovered things that I really wish I knew before I bought the damn thing.
Schütze dein Leben! Ja, ist gut.
Things that would have saved me time and money, and things that would have made my owning it way more fun. Now, if you own or are considering buying a Honda Cruiser, like literally any of the Honda Shadows, this video is gonna be everything I wish I knew before I owned one. Hopefully this video will help you make a decision on whether it's the right bike for you, because maybe it isn't, and that sucks for you because you're wrong. As well as make you current owners aware of the headaches and unknown secret joys of owning these bikes, like being able to warm up your gummy bears on the exhaust. But before we slither into your garden, there's a teeny but sassy little button with a thumbs up. It's called the like button. And when you hit that, it tells me this is a topic you like, and it helps the channel out way freaking more than you might think. So please, click that button, and as a way of saying thank you for doing that, I'll take your sister out on a real nice date to the Golden Trough. Let's party. Number 1, the AFP. That's the AFP. My sign language is amazing.
What the fuck is that?
I had no idea that even existed when I bought the bike. AFP actually stands for Auto Fuel Petcock. It's supposed to turn off the flow of fuel to the carburetor if vacuum from the engine stops. However, it's got a rubber diaphragm inside that eventually fails miserably, and that prevents fuel from getting to the carb at all. It was actually a recalled part on single carb Honda Shadow 600s from 98 to 07. Story time! I used to work about 8 miles from my pad. One day I left work with dreams of cold beer, and about a mile down the road just before the freeway, the bike fucking died. I filled up with gas. Yep, I got gas, no problem. The Petcock I never turned off, but I fiddled with it, you know, for fun. No difference. I had to push that bitch all the way home from up by Carbon Canyon all the way downtown Fullerton in summer. Holy shit, that bike gets so heavy. Turns out the AFP was a recalled part, and the damn thing had actually failed. Now all I had to do was remove the bitch, run fuel line straight from my tank to the carb, bypassing the fuel pump. I was back in business.
I think we're back in business.
You can actually check out a video that we have that shows you how to remove the AFP from your bike. I also really wish I knew that the bike would try to turn my nuts into a shish kebab. So the next little snafu for me came when I was riding home on the 91, got off the freeway on Lemon, smelled something weird, looked down because I noticed flickering, and there was fire coming from my electronics tank. I immediately killed the bike, pushed it over the side of the road so fucking fast. Thank God the fire went out, but it turned out the stator plug had burned up and melted, catching another wire on fire. Yay. The fix is super easy. I just hardwire all 3 wires together and get rid of the plug. Easy fix. Now the next thing we're going to talk about is called a petcock. Funny little story, a gentleman came to me once with issues with his petcock, and he refused to say petcock. He said pico. And I said, sir, you can say the word petcock. I just think he didn't want to say the word cock. Maybe he felt gay saying, I don't fucking know, ma'am. Anyways, I really wish I knew how much of a pain the petcock could be. No, this isn't the actual AFP. This is a separate petcock that controls the flow of fuel right out of the tank. Now the handle for that petcock on a VT600 is a pretty crappy little Chinesium plastic thing, and I broke it within a few months. I always carried a piece of pipe I had molded to fit the damn petcock knob, which is a square, but it's got one corner rounded off, makes things super fun. Not really. There were no plug-and-play aftermarket tanks when I first bought the bike in 06. So I tried a lot of jerry-rigging, random fixes, and hacked-ass mods, but ultimately I decided none of them worked. So I designed and made my own tank. Then I began a search for the best petcock on the planet. Now I eventually found it after testing pretty much everything out there, and now I include that in my max fuel kits. You can check those out at tjbrutalcustoms.com. No, it doesn't fit the stock tank, but I'm not a stock guy anyways. Those are the top 3 annoying things I really wish I knew before I bought the bike, which, to be honest, the list is micro penis small compared to some other bikes I've owned. What are the things I wish I knew that would have made the bike more enjoyable faster? I really wish I knew it had way more performance potential by doing some basic bitch stuff with a handful of simple tools that most dudes already have on hand. Real talk here, dude. With just 3 components and an afternoon of beers in the garage, you can easily add some ponies to that little bike. Exhaust, stacks, and a performance rebuild kit. Holy fucking hell, the difference is literally night and day. Way more power at your fingertips, smoother throttle response. I would have started doing this stuff way friggin' sooner had I known the investment to reward ratio. And to be fair, I really didn't know shit at the time. I really didn't. But if I knew it was possible back then, I would have been ripping that thing apart like a seagull into a beach burrito, screaming, crapping, and I don't give a fuck. Next, I really wish I knew it was such a simple modification platform compared to a lot of others. I would have started so much sooner. I'm really being honest here with you guys. If you want to make your bike stand out, the Hondas don't take much to get there. A tank, some exhaust, maybe some bars and grips, and the bike will already look like a mild custom build. They just have really good lines. It's a fantastic platform. Okay, fine. You're definitely gonna need tassels and some under tank lights to catch the gaze of the dudes at bike night, but the color's up to you. The next thing I wish I knew is the superior engineering of a water-cooled water-cooled bike over an oil-cooled or air-cooled bike. That additional reliability and superior longevity I took for granted. I didn't need to baby the bike as much as I really thought I did. It turns out a Honda fares way better in hot and cold weather than its domestic counterparts. A cool running engine is a healthy, long-lasting engine. So, if bikes were gum, and judged by how long the flavor lasts, Harley would probably be Fruit Stripe and Honda would be 5 Gum. I mean, let's be honest, 5 Gum is the best gum with the finest chemicals available. And if you really enjoy food dyes, that's your thing. Leave a comment if you think you know of a better gum so I can come punch you in the face. Mastic gum for life, yo. Plus, the engineering and manufacturing quality is really fantastic. No, not the fucking gum, the motorcycle. I picked up bikes that were 30 plus years old, ridden hard, hung up wet, and within a weekend of TLC, some new consumable items like tires, chain, oil, coolant, some rubber parts, I turned my frown upside down. Next, I really wish I knew that such a huge cult following would develop over the next 20 years. I'm pretty sure it's just because my implied nudity Sports Illustrated centerfold shoot on a VLX was such a hit. I think it really launched my foot modeling career and put the VLX in the spotlight, but you never know. I'll leave it up to you guys. And here's a little bonus. I have amazing gas right now and I'm feeling pretty light because I've let some of it go. So I'll share with you one secret the pros don't want you to know. You don't need the throttle push cable. Yep. You can remove that fucker and experience throttle tube freedom and achieve nirvana. Seriously, would you walk around with a heavy ass dead cow tied to your leg? No, that's fucking preposterous. Can anyone please give me an actual good reason you want your throttle return to be slower? This shit's literally government mandated equipment, and let's face it, not a single thing the government has mandated has been fun or good for your health. I dare you to mention in the comments one government mandated thing that has been fun. All right, thanks man, I gotta poop, peace out.